The sequel to the Minecraft movie is shaping up to be one of the most talked about follow-ups in gaming and film adaptations. The first Minecraft movie delivered a fun adventure set in a world that felt faithful to the game while also finding its own story. Well, after the success of the first movie, the sequel has a confirmed release date, the cast is seemingly taking shape, and the world is growing in new directions. And today we're breaking down everything we know so far about Minecraft 2, from the story, the plot, returning characters, production updates, and even when we could expect to see the first trailer. So as of right now, the second Minecraft movie still has its plot under wraps, but I'm sure that they're actively piecing things together. But we can kind of get an idea of where it's going based on the tone of the first movie and hints from the behind the scenes. So if you watched the original Minecraft movie, you know that it focused on the classic hero quest, but it was filled with so much humor and just a lot of charm. Now for the sequel, it appears to be expanding on that formula into something more emotional and more connected to the deeper lore of the Minecraft universe, which I think it will take our cast of characters into a larger conflict, possibly touching on the end or even deeper in the Nether. You did have Nether creatures invade the overworld, so I think this time they might be diving deeper into the Nether with maybe the goal of actually beating Minecraft. Maybe they have to go to the Nether to get their blaze powder so that they can make Ender eyes so that they can go defeat the dragon. I think the most important aspect of this second film is they have to dive deeper into the dimensions of the game, as I really think that they didn't get the spotlight they deserved. Like, yeah, you had a bunch of, Nether creatures go into the overworld, but you didn't really have the characters go deep into the Nether. But for Minecraft 2, it seems like they are ready to build out these areas with more lore, more creatures, and even more mystery. Now, I am expecting that the sequel will incorporate new content from the base game, showcasing the various different biomes, the mobs, things like the Deep Dark and the Warden would be perfect for storytelling. These areas offer a lot of real tension and have some pretty insane visuals as well. This should make the threat feel a lot more like crazy compared to the first game. Even if bosses like the Warden and the Wither don't show up, I do think that they will show a lot of diversity in terms of the overall biomes that we see. Now, the creative team has hinted that the sequel will have more character-driven drama without losing the humor that defined the first film. So with that being said, I'm expecting stronger relationships, higher stakes, and even more meaningful choices for those returning characters. Minecraft is known for its unlimited creativity, and I think the sequel really wants to reflect that in terms of the visuals and the emotional storytelling. In my opinion, and I know this might be like a hot take as it is called a Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie, I think if the sequel requires the characters to actually defeat the Ender Dragon and complete Minecraft to win, that would be really awesome to see on screen. Like, we had the first movie that was a Minecraft movie, it was set in the Minecraft movie, but they didn't really touch on the overall objective of Minecraft. Like, make it so that if you want to save the world, you have to defeat the Ender Dragon. But that's just what I would like to see on screen. But whether or not the story involves dimension hopping or like an ancient enemy or a world glitch, or even a story about Herobrine, like that would be absolutely insane. But let's be real, I doubt they're going to do that. I do think the goal is to make the sequel feel bigger, richer, and a lot more personal than the first movie, which I think that alone is something to be excited for. Now, one of the strongest elements of the first Minecraft film was the cast, and the sequel is sticking with that same foundation. So that being said, we can expect several key characters that are officially returning, including the core cast. So I think keeping that continuity really helps the world feel alive, and it also gives the sequel the ability to build on the character arcs that are already in place. Now, with that being said, supporting characters from the first movie are also set to return, but for this time I'm expecting expanded roles that are a lot more direct involvement in the plot, but maybe even having some like personal side stories that connect to the main conflict. Minecraft 2 is also set to introduce new characters, both human and mobs, and various NPCs. Now, the rumors are pointing towards explorers, engineers, and possibly rival figures who become a part of the central journey. Now, the names are still to be determined, but I'm guessing that the studio will want to have a bigger cast than the original film had. And of course, the mobs will also be a big highlight again. The creepers, the skeletons, endermen, villagers, chicken jockey. They all played really recognizable roles that are mainly just, a bunch of big doofuses that I can't wait to see what they do for the next movie. Now, like I said before, I think the Ender Dragon will be a big secret. We might not even get that until the third movie, but I would absolutely love to see the Ender Dragon in this film. Like, maybe if they're doing a trilogy for the Minecraft movie, maybe just like have this one focus more on the characters going into the Nether, and maybe tease the Ender Dragon at the end of the second film, to which the third film will be all about them going into the end. So maybe they keep the Ender Dragon as like like almost a symbol of the larger mystery that's saved for a future sequel, but either direction I think would fit for the world and lore. So yeah, I think the thing to take home is obviously the returning characters will bring a lot of like sameness to the world, but the new characters and mobs will also help reshape things and also push it into a story that's unexplored, which is the part that I'm most excited about. So next up, the biggest confirmed detail that's available right now is Minecraft 2 is officially set to release on July 23rd, 2027, which honestly, having the release date already gives me a lot of hype that this thing is going to be on track. I'm guessing they already have the story pretty much streamlined. Maybe they have to do some more writing and stuff like that, but for the most part, it seems like the story is set. Now, already having a date tells me that the production team will have enough time to really balance filming, visual effects, animation, and the marketing, which for a movie like the Minecraft movie that heavily relies on CGI, will need a long time for the post-production, and Minecraft 2 is definitely no exception. And a midsummer release also positions this as a major family-friendly blockbuster. Get it? You know, blockbuster, Minecraft block. Get it?
Not funny!
So a release in July is a smart move. Now, the confirmed release date also gives us a better sense of the production schedule. With July 2027 locked in, we can kind of calculate backwards to understand when the filming needs to finish, when all of the visual effects work has to begin, and when the first trailer could likely drop. This structure is really helpful because it kind of gives us a baseline of like what we can expect, which is also really smart. Like giving expectations that are realistic is a great way to do things. Now, obviously, we are not owed anything whenever it comes to, getting this information, but the fact that they are being transparent tells me that they are really wanting this second film to be a major success, even bigger than the first movie. Now, it's worth mentioning that delays are always possible, especially in the movie industry, but the studio definitely is, confident with this date. They simply wouldn't give a release date if they were not ready to actually hit that release date, especially whenever it comes to movies. Like, they have a schedule, they're gonna meet that schedule because time is money and money is time. But things could obviously change, but for now, the movie is releasing on July 23rd, 2027. So yeah, we have a long ways, but it's something to look forward to. So with that being said, the question now remains, when is filming going to begin? Well, with the release date confirmed, the next major question is that filming question. And now that we do have the release date, I'm guessing that filming will likely begin sometime in early 2026, maybe summer of 2026 at the absolute latest. That way it gives the production team a good solid 1 year of post-production to get this thing out. Now, the first Minecraft movie utilized a lot of practical effects like some of these set designs, but they also had to do a lot of CGI. So with that being said, the majority of the work on this film will be in the post-production phase. So if they can just get the filming done relatively quickly, then they can have things, shipped off to the team for the visual effects sometime in mid 2026. So now that we do have the release date, the trailer timing becomes a lot easier to predict as well. Studios usually drop the first teaser about 1 year before the movie releases. And for Minecraft 2, that points towards sometime like in the second half of 2026, most likely. I think having it drop like sometime in the holiday season of 2026 would be the best time. Like, imagine dropping it in December. At least that's for the teaser trailer. And then for the sequel, it will likely drop sometime in 2027, likely early 2027, because the film drops in July. And then by spring of 2027, that's when the full marketing push will happen. So yeah, that's a great time. Minecraft 2 is definitely shaping up to be a major sequel with a deeper story, a larger world. And for that reason, I am really excited for this next movie. But that's going to wrap it up with this video, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on so you're not missing out on any future news like this. And until next time, this has been Wes, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.